Oh my goodness gracious gosh. Like, it's wild. He is in the top 10 for fantasy. No one would have saw that coming. Next up, we got a new segment. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the Reddit thread of the week. The Reddit thread of the week. So this one is from, it looks like Balonsto Sandler. This was a great thread. I had a chance to take a look at it. And honestly, just like keeping it a stack with y'all, when I'm on Reddit, man, it's, guys be wild. Like talking crazy to each other. And honestly, I'm all for like disagreeing and like having, friendly, respectful debates, but it don't be like that sometimes. Guys be like going at the jugular. Where did you go to school? Did you go to community college? Like, bro, like chill. Like take a chill pill. So anyway, my man had a really good one. He says, what has been this year's biggest surprise so far? What has been this year's biggest surprise? And here's some of the options that he gave. He said, Jordan drowning my team pool and his terrible season is a surprise. Asar Thompson's breakout. OG doing bad. Oh, giggity. Maxey going off. Jalen Johnson, Lopez keep getting the amount of insane blocks. Before I give my commentary, I want to quickly share what some of the Redditors had to say. The first one comes from the West Remembers. He says his biggest surprise is Keontae George being a better rookie point guard than Scoot, especially for fantasy. He reminds me of Kessler's rookie season just oozing with promise. I think Keontae George is definitely somebody you want to take a look at for dynasty leagues especially. And in points and category leagues, you got to stay patient. You got to be like, hey, he's going to have some up and downs, especially if you are in a category league. You have to understand that he's going to miss shots. He's going to have turnovers, but he's going to have really big nights. For dynasty, he's somebody that you just need to stay patient with. For dynasty, you have to stay patient with him. And yes, I love that comparison to Kessler because Kessler kind of came out of nowhere last year. So that was really good. Next up is from SVPA3991. He says, Miles Bridges coming back arguably even better after missing a year like he never stopped. Any other player always been a minutes restriction or competitive conditioning. Let me have a quick sip. My throat is a little dry. This definitely wasn't a surprise for me because, again, he wasn't injured. He was out for a suspension, very similar to Ja Morant. So I didn't think that they were going to have too much of a minutes restriction on him. However, man, the way he's been playing, I didn't expect that to happen so fast. I thought that he would need a little bit of time to kind of get back into the swing of things, but he picked up where he left off. When he left, and he was the last time he played basketball before the suspension and before the incident, the alleged incident, I should say. Excuse me. He was averaging like 20 and 10. He's a 20 and 10 guy. So for me, this wasn't that much of a surprise for me because, I thought he was going to come out raging. I just didn't think he would be as good as he's been. This is good. This is from Neat Translator. He says the biggest surprise for him was Cam Thomas's newfound consistency. Cam Thomas is somebody that I was not thinking about, honestly. He had a really good run towards the end of the season last year where there was a bunch of injury. Oh, no, there was the big trade. And when the big trade happened, he got a bunch of run. And then when the new players got there, like Mikal Bridges, they kind of took over and he kind of faded to the back. He must have really made his presence felt in the offseason and in training camp because Jacques Vaughn is like giving this young man the keys to the car. He's out here looking like Allen Iverson. He's like putting up dirty shots. Like he's like doing Kobe things. Like he dropping 40. So for me, I still have trouble like accepting it because I don't have any Cam Thomas stock anywhere. Like I just missed the boat all the way. So a part of me is like, it ain't real. Like I ain't messing with that. But like the numbers don't lie. Your man they have trust in him. And if anybody, any professional scorer, right? An NBA player that knows how to score the ball. If you get that many shots, you're going to average 20 plus a game. I'm just saying. So It is surprising, but I think it's the way that the offense is built that, he's able to have this kind of consistency because he's getting like 30 shots, like 20, 30 shots. It's wild. So the biggest surprise for me, Chet Holmgren. Oh my goodness gracious gosh. Like, it's wild. He is in the top 10 for fantasy. No one would have saw that coming. Everyone was so hyped about Victor Wembanyama. And again, I'm not so big on like the wins and hits and misses, but we were high on Chet on this channel. Go back and check our preseason content. We were high on Chet and still remain high on Chet, right? But that's still a surprise to me. I didn't think he would be top 10. I thought he was going to be just as good as Wemby and maybe give Wemby a run for Rookie of the Year. It looks like he is clearly making a statement that he is the guy, and they have similar skill sets. And I know that he was, he didn't play his first year, so they're considering him a rookie. But man, Chet looks like he is the real thing. So that's the biggest surprise to me, is that Chet Holmgren is making a run to be this season's SGA. So the way SGA went from like, I'm a 4th round, 5th round guy, and then I'm in the 1st round. Now he's a 1st round staple, number 1 fantasy player in category leagues right now. I think Chet Holmgren is like that type of player. Him and Maxey. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it's who is the SGA of this season? And we'll do a whole episode on this if you want. Let me know. SGA or is it, Chet Holmgren or Tyrese Maxey? Who is the SGA of this season?